This time on the Iron Empire, the VG Hardtop lives. Alright, so we've just had the Swan Reach car show on today. We've been set up right here. We've got the 4 cars out on display. I was smashing out some merch. Thanks for everyone who came along and grabbed something. Andrea has been selling gelatis and it's just starting to quieten down now, so most of the cars are gone. The band's still cranking though, and I thought this would be a perfect time because I've packed it up for the day. I'm going to have a play with the VG. The last video we done on this was just to walk around this car to reintroduce you guys what the hell this car is. But today I've decided I've got a couple hours up my sleeve. I'm not doing any renos today. Let's see if I can find out why this thing isn't running. Let's dig in. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me over the band that is smashing out tunes over there. I honestly don't think you'll be able to hear me. It is so loud. Anyway, this thing is not locked up. I can move it. It is moving, right? If a cam bearing had nipped up somehow, I think that would be stopping the motor turning. Maybe the slippage was just a fan belt, but I've heard a fan belt squeal before, so I don't know what the noise was, but it was a couple of years ago. I have looked at the oil, there's no shit in the oil. I'm gonna take the filter off now and cut it open, have a look at what's inside. If there's no debris inside that, I've got a feeling there might not be any problem. I don't know, I'm just gonna put a battery in it, put some fuel in it and see what happens. What's the worst that's gonna happen? The worst that's gonna happen is the motor's coming out, and that's what I'm preparing for anyway, so let's see what we can do here. Try and catch some of this shit. Well, hopefully it's got some oil in it. Not a lot of oil. But there's definitely nothing yet. And look at that. The ring stayed there. I've never had that before. You always got to check that. Alright, so we've got the right filter to go back on. I did think ahead. So if this is, well, regardless of what this is like, we need to put a new filter on it. Now you want to cut these or chisel them open because you don't want to add any metal by grinding if you can help it. Working in the garden is probably not the most ideal scenario. I haven't got the right tool for this. I need like a... This is really not ideal. Making a wild mess here. I have a really good feeling this oil filter is going to be debris free, and I've just been thinking about this car lately and I've got a feeling it's not hurt. Why do I get this feeling? I don't know. Alright, so I finally got into this thing and did have a look through, and there's like a little bit of, just a few bits and pieces, but like it's almost like paint in there. There's almost like paint, like maybe some. Oh, I know what that is. That's literally broken from this. That's the, oh dude. Okay, so bottom line is I'm not seeing much metallic. Like it's got a, like, okay, I'll take that back. That is a little bit metallic, but probably no more than you'd expect, to be honest with you. I mean, I didn't even open this motor up, so who knows what the condition was to start with, but bottom line is it's not hella bad. So I think this means put new filter on, put battery in, start car. Let's see. Bit of lube on the rubber there. New Ryco goes on. It's only a small one, so probably only maybe not even half a litre in this, but we'll top up the oil as well just to make sure. Oh geez, that gasket's shagged. Oh. Alright, let's get a bit of oil in there. This is going to go absolutely everywhere. Oh yeah, this is going everywhere. I can't get a sideways pour on it. Alright, there's more going out than in the in. God. Alright, let's wipe this off. It's going to smoke like shit because I just covered the exhaust in oil. Alright, hopefully a charged battery. It's probably dead. That's going to go that way. That's not going to make it. Of course, it's the wrong polarity. Oh, dude, come on. Killing me here. Killing me. I have to rate a battery. I hate swapping batteries. Oh, dude, this don't make it either. Oh, God. You gotta be kidding me. I'm 2 batteries in and nothing is fitting. This thing is... Oh, fuck me. Alright, so here we are. We are on our 3rd battery now. Surely something's gonna fit. Oh, dude, come on. Like, the cables are so tight. It's driving me nuts. I just want to turn the key. Man. Alright, this is actually getting out of hand. Like, literally every battery we have is the wrong polarity. Dude. Oh. Alright, that's on enough. It's on the piss, but it's fucking on. Alright, I'll go get some fuel. Alright, so I sort of have a battery in there. It's pretty bad, but it's going to do the job for now. I'm going to fill up this bowl. Come on. The tank has probably crappy fuel in it as well. Squirters still work. Let's go. Alright, so I don't have an ignition. Well, I've got ignition, but it's not turning over, so there is a random wire here. So what does that do? Oh, that goes there. Alright, let's try again. Alright, we're going for it again. That battery is making life very hard. Oh, still no turn. Alright, I've got no starter wire. I don't know what's going on. I'll have to dig a bit further, guys. Alright, ignition on. Alright, we should have ignition on. We're just going to jump start it here. Oh, maybe not. Alright, well, that kicked over instantly. Turns over, sweet. Oh, what have I done? The rocket covers off. What is that doing off? I don't even remember. Oh, I don't remember doing that. Oh wow, okay. Oh well, we might as well take a look what's going on in there. I don't remember doing that, but here we are. Okay, so it turns out that is not running badly. Having said that, I've got no oil up here yet. It's turning over real slow now. I think the battery's no good. All right, I'm going to put the fourth battery in it now. I need something with some serious power because that thing is struggling. Yeah, I'm not sure about oil situation. There's nothing up top just yet, so. But it's running, so that's handy. And it's definitely not locked up. I have to dig a bit deeper. All right, so we're getting a little bit late in the day. I have been messing around with the car a little bit. It's got ignition, and I noticed since the last time I had it running, just before when it ran for just a little while, that it did have a bit of oil start coming out of these rocker gear. It is starting to leak. So I know that I got oil pressure, and hello, little miss. So I left that rocker cover off so I could check all that stuff. I just tried to fire it really quickly then, and as it sort of fired and coughed and spluttered a little bit, because obviously it's still stone cold, I heard a noise. And remember I told you guys that when I last drove this, it had a noise that it sounded terrible, like it was squealing, and I hit the key as I heard it squealing. It sounded awful. Noises! Then I thought maybe it was a fan belt, but it just didn't sound like a fan belt. Like I've heard a fan belt squeal before. This sounded bad. I think I just found the culprit, and it is actually hilarious. Okay, so I haven't got my little mic on, guys. Where's the key? Where's the key? Here's the key. Just turn the ignition on for me. Okay, so I haven't got my little mic on, so hopefully you can hear me all right. I'm going to start this thing up, hopefully it runs, and then I'll make the noise, and then I'll show you what it is. Did you just hear something funny there? Alright, so we've got oil pressure. Every now and again it will make a funny noise. It's this little hose.
Oh my God. Mark.
So what was happening?
How long have you parked this car for?
I've had this car parked for like 2 years, and it was this pathetic little rubber hose. So obviously it's actually starting to go brittle, right? I had that blocking the vacuum at the back of the carby, and I must have had a bolt in it at some stage so it wouldn't pull vacuum. The bolt's let go, and what's happening is it's sucking in like a bloody straw. Like when you do a bloody balloon, and it made that squeal. So I heard the squeal and it sounded like the squeal of death. So I hit the key, turned it off, and gave up on the car. I've pulled the rocker cover to make sure it had no upper cylinder issues. I've got oil, and now I've got the culprit of the stupid noise. So long story short is that if I block this again with a hose, well, no, it just needs a little block off, but because it doesn't need vacuum pulled from it. It's only like a little spacer. It's got vacuum from the bottom of the carby. So if I block that off properly again, that will resolve my problem. But if I didn't have an issue just then trying to keep it going, and it had the tiniest little squeal happen, and I thought, hang on a second, that sounds like the noise, and I found it. So brittle hose.
We have a running VG.
Alright, so I'm gonna pack it in for the night. I'm gonna give Andrea her Optima back. I took your battery. I had 4 batteries to get this car going. I'm gonna put the rock cover back on, and then check all the other vital signs, make sure everything is all safe, and then we might see if it moves tomorrow. That'd be nice. All right, next morning after the car show, I crashed out yesterday. Was a massive day. Huge thank you to everyone who came out and helped put on this show. I didn't get any footage at all, so you want to head over to Big Mau's World. He covers all the local car events, and I know he was here getting around with his camera, so hopefully he's got a video out by now, and I will link it in the description below. But yeah, I am going to be back onto the VG today. I'm going to go over all the vital signs, make sure that everything is going to be safe to put this thing in drive, or first, because it's a manual, and see if this thing's going to move, because I've got a feeling it will. It's still running on 2-year-old fuel, so that's incredible. Now that we've found that silly noise and why the hell this thing was parked for so long, unbelievable. I'll fix that, and then, yeah, see if we can get this thing out on the road again. Everything else is done. It's just this stupid vacuum block off, which I have to reuse because I don't have anything else up here, but I've actually blocked it off properly this time. Well, properly, temporarily, properly, better. I've blocked it off better, and I'll have to get, I want to get a whole bunch of grommets, like Holly ones or something, that are made specifically for this rather than using bits of hose, because this is shit house. Anyway. I've also got to work out why the key doesn't start this car. Sweet. This thing is actually this thing is actually running like it's never been off the road. I'm pretty lucky here. Oh, let's give this a go. First drive. couple of years. Man, the locker sucks. This thing is a handful, and it's not because it has a lot of power. Oh, better check the brakes. Yeah, we got some brakes. Actually, what side is the fuel on? Oh no. Alright, success. Time to get some fuel. Alright, now we've got to bump start this thing in reverse down the hill. So that's handy. Always a good look. Savage. Oh, it's savage. So yeah, lockers are good. If you're comparing it to an open wheeler, but man, they suck to turn around and do tight maneuvers. It's just no good. She popped out of gear then, that's not handy. Like it never left. That is wicked. Alright, so we're about to go on the ferry. I've got a support vehicle here, Andrea and the Tirana. So up here in the Riverland, we have a lot of ferries every sort of 30 k's or so. Probably every second or third town, there's a ferry that takes us across the river. There's only like a bridge that way at Murray Bridge, and the next one's Blanchetown. They're like over 100 kilometers apart, or maybe even more. So yeah, we're just going to get on the ferry with the VG and the UC, take out some back blocks, and yeah, hopefully this thing survives. crew. Trying to do all this at once is not good. But this thing is literally just driving as bad as it ever has. Like, it's pretty sketchy on the road. All the shocks are pretty slammed. Obviously, it's pretty much on bump stops. I'd love to get this thing driving a lot nicer, but it's literally doing everything it used to do. So far, so good. Well, I felt a little bit of a wobble. So I've only had a locker in 2 cars, this one and my first car. And
a Corolla?
Yeah, but we didn't really do much driving there. But the problem with lockers that I found is that it undoes wheel nuts. I actually lost a wheel with my first car. It would just go around the corners, all the shuttering, for some reason it just undoes wheel nuts. So we've got one completely backed out. Actually, 2 completely
gone.
backed up.
Yeah.
1 nearly gone. 1 still in. Like, these are finger tight.
Oh my
Look
god.
at that. There probably was more on that little drive.
I would have done some damage.
Losing a wheel would have been.
Oh, you know what? A piece of metal flung at me actually.
Nah, I was a rock.
Oh,
I've
good.
seen it.
Oh no, after that. On this stretch.
Oh, you want to go have a look maybe?
Yeah, okay.
Do you know roughly where?
It's back up there. It looked like a flat bit of metal though. But I can go look.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if anyone else has had this issue, but that's what I've had with any locker car. So I'm really looking. Obviously, this was like a cheap method to get the thing working again because I broke it. But ideally, this needs a proper LSD that's going to handle some abuse. Starts up pretty good though. It does one thing well. The steering wheel's too big, the road's too narrow. Very cool rig, but I would love to make this thing way more bulletproof than it is because I feel like it's only one hard shift away from an explosion of some sort. Okay, so a little bit too much RPM on those skids, but the thing has survived, it's still alive, the thing shifts like shit. The thing handles like shit, and I'm surprised that little 25 spline axles, they're still alive. The thing's still living for now. I'm gonna breathe some fresh life into this thing, get it going better than ever, and you will see that on an upcoming episode of the Iron Empire.